Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky.
Oh. Hey, can I talk
Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that.
I know.
And tonight will feature a high-level front-court matchup. Tough
After this video,
physical
it'll
play.
probably be on there, right?
Shaq, how did you go about establishing dominance against the best of your peers?
Well, you got to realize that nothing's going to be given to you. You got to earn it. I used to be really.
After this video, should I be on
across
there?
all the skyscrapers here in Cleveland, the site of our broadcast for tonight and of the NBA on 2K
Staying in here?
Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Cavaliers in an interconference battle here at the Quicken Loans Arena. Now here's James. No good from Irving.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. And it's Barnes in at the small forward position. And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing them tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance. No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Barnes kicks to Thompson. Green passes to Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Bogut against Thompson, and he gets the bucket.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. James, it's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Klay Thompson.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys. So much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Green kicks to Bogut. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Tyronn Lue.
He talked about the impact of opposing big man Andrew Bogut, saying there just aren't that many 7-footers with his kind of game. A great interior defender first and foremost. We can't get tunnel vision when we attack the rim. He's got size and strength, and we can't allow him to bully us for offensive rebounds. Let's see if they can keep Bogut from having a big game, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Irving with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. James misses. Warriors trail by 4. Outside Curry. Connects from three-point range. And here is LeBron. He has 5. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, and stolen by Barnes. For the finish, a huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. A 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
Smith's got 4 assists now tonight.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Love wide open, he fires. Another 3 for Cleveland.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
You know, one of the more impressive things that we know about LeBron James is that he is one of the great leaders in the NBA. His voice carries a lot of weight, and he hasn't been shy about raising his voice on social issues either. Good to see.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Shumpert is checked in for Smith, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And Green gets it to go. And speaking of LeBron's leadership, trying to will this Cavs team to a title, one of his greatest challenges.
And Kevin, the expectations are just so high. He may have had less talent around him in his first stint in Cleveland, but after winning titles in Miami, anything less seems like a step backwards.
Cleveland leading by 5. There's the dish to Fry. Here's Dellavedova, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one. Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Barbosa's shot is off. The Cavaliers on offense. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Shumpert. Here's Mozgov. Missed inside.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league in, Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons. Kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
There's the pass to Dellavedova. Picked by Mozgov. LeBron against Iguodala. LeBron drives in.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Iguodala, that's a 2-pointer, and misses it off the right side of the rim. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Cleveland ahead, up by 11. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and you know the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team. But we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to play off each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, and Clark, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
At the line, Cavaliers, Harrison Barnes.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Cavaliers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Tristan Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Shumpert in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game. And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Iman Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for you. And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
The Cavaliers leading by 17. And for Shumpert last year, Clark, he added the defense and athleticism on the wing that Cleveland so desperately needed.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he also became a facilitator of all things. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from him, but he averaged over 3 assists a game, easily the best mark of his career.
Good point.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Guys, just watching Kevin Love, he brings so much to the table. But if you had to pick one thing, Clark, it might be the rebound.
I agree with you. I mean, he's not super athletic, doesn't blow you out of the water with his athleticism. But a few seasons back, this guy averaged 15 rebounds a game.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action.
Cam, you have to call your dad. You have to call your dad.
Why?
I don't know. Your dad called.
Because you were supposed to call him before coming over or something.
But you gotta come upstairs because there's no service down there.
Oh.
Outside Curry. Releases. That one wide left. And here are the Cavaliers. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Barnes against Smith. And a wide open look for Irving. The three-pointer off the mark.
And guys, you look at what makes Love such a prolific rebounder. Great anticipation. I mean, he has the broad shoulders to create space in the paint, the strong anchor to hold his position. It's no wonder he's been a dominating force on the glass at every level since high school.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the Warriors. The Cavaliers leading by 16. It's a pick by Love. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his third foul of the game.
You know, regarding Kevin Love, he had a number of difficult transitions to make last season. Most of all, perhaps on the offensive glass. He averaged less than 2 a game after averaging 3 or more a game every other season.
The Warriors making a switch here. Livingston's checked in. Just 5 on the clock. Count that one. And the Cavaliers lead by 18.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And he gets the bucket. So it's the Cavaliers now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And here's Love from the arc. Offensive rebound. The feed now to Irving. And it's Love penetrating. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And Cleveland making a change here. James is checked in. And then for Golden State, Draymond Green, he's checked in for Barnes. And it's Iguodala in for Brandon Rush. Cleveland leading by 15. J.R. Smith on the wing. Green with the block. Oh, and here comes Iguodala all alone. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Iguodala. And that's now 10 points for Steph Curry.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Warriors trail by 15. Livingston dishes to Iguodala. To the paint. And the rejection by James. Kicks to Irving. Soft touch off the glass. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Warriors have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Puts it up. Love grabs the board. Love's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Smith, no good. Here's Livingston. And it's Irving with the rebound.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're at this point in the game, and he still hasn't registered a single point.
Smith missing again.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
From deep, Iguodala. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. Inside, it's stolen by Bogut. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last.
And this has been a comedy list.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. And then for Golden State, Spates checked in for Bogut. Barbosa comes in for Sean Livingston. And Ian Clark subbed in for Curry. And here is Green. After LeBron James hitting the three. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Irving. Moves back up. Mozgov, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Golden State's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Barbosa's shot is off.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
The drive by LeBron. And again, it's Cleveland.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And here's Green outside. A dominating first half.
Guys, I'm here with Steph Curry. And Steph, what has the problem been defensively?
We're a step late, I think. And, they made tough shots. We can't take away from that. But for the most part, we have to find a way to guard that line if they're knocking down shots to keep them out of the game.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith, and what a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 14 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest.
So that does it for us. Hope you enjoyed our halftime show. Now, we take you back to Kevin.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen.
Well, Irving has simply been great. He's got 14 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. The Warriors making a switch here. Livingston's checked in. Here's Smith. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Smith's got his second basket of the night.
There's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Here's Smith, and that one is stuffed right through.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Curry can't get it to go. What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 2008, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
And that one's good, James.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play. They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Well, Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year, for the chance to get Love.
Cavaliers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-hand shots to fall, 80% since the break. Irving with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively. Irving attacking, scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shumpert is checked in for James. The Warriors also with a sub. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut. Good! And that's now 9 points for Draymond Green.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that time.
And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Here's Love. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 7th assist in the game.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Curry's shot is good.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Here's Thompson, and he goes in for the dunk.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Oh, guys, come on. He's up there posing. He's posing for the photographers. That's all that's about.
All right.
Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Irving. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for Golden State. Klay Thompson comes in for Sean Livingston. Love, no luck.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Well, you've got to like the focus that they're showing here in the second half. I see a lot more effort as well. I mean, it's amazing when you lock in mentally and bring some energy and intensity, things can pick up in a positive way for you.
Here's Shumpert.
Kid, you ready? All right, let's go.
He gets the shot to fall, and the defender wasn't set. He's called for the block and a three-point play chance here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. And the Warriors also making a change. Spates is checked in.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo. But he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set. And you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
It's been a nice game for Green. He has 11 points and a block. I tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
And he's good on the second. And talking about Iman Shumpert, he seemed to learn from working with LeBron and Kyrie last year.
Yes, Shumpert was brought over for his defense, clearly, but as a bonus, his offense improved and got better. Now let's see if he can build on that going forward.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Clark, he's checked in for Curry. Here's Dellavedova. It's rebounded by no good. Cleveland's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. To the inside, here's Dellavedova. Another shot. Mozgov's shot is off. Picked off in midair. Now here's Shumpert. He's tightly guarded. Picked by Mozgov. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Great D that time from Green.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
54 seconds left here in the third quarter. Smith the pass to Fry. He dishes it to Shumpert. Pass to Dellavedova. No one near him. He squares up and sinks it. Dellavedova's got 6. Golden State's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Green, no luck. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Thompson for 3. And it's Thompson again missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
The Cavaliers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second.
Thank you, Cleveland!
And here's Iguodala outside. Cavaliers with the rebound. Stolen by Barbosa. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Cavaliers on top, running away with it. It's the... And we're getting getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The Cavaliers shooting impressively throughout at 62%. Mo Williams out there with McRae. Then it's Jones. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. The Warriors shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Here's Clark. But they get it back. Here's Ezeli. Makes it off the glass. Ezeli's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Warriors. Cleveland's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far to say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
How about,
sir.
guys, that's one of those dunks that you probably want in your career highlight reel.
And Leandro Barbosa gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Jefferson's checked in for the Cavaliers. And then for Golden State, Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Livingston in for Ian Clark. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
From 10 feet out, and so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
Tipped away, and Leandro Barbosa gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's McRae, and that one is hammered home.
Just call him a speed merchant. I mean, he was a blur going in for that throwdown.
It's rush outside. That's good.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And how high can you fly? I mean, he finishes that one with some pop.
GA after getting loose in the lane with a scintillating move.
Well, I tell you what, he deserves to do some collar popping after that sequence.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And some stats here, guys. A scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, and something else they've done all through this one is knock down the mid-range jump shot whenever they've had the chance.
Amon Shumpert's checked in for McRae. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
The Cavaliers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Spates. And here we go with Barbosa, heading to the hoop. And that one's good.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they've bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Williams kicks to Jones.
Pretty early to be over the limit, Kevin. They'll have to watch the fouls from here out.
Shooting for Cleveland.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
For three, Barbosa. The shot no good. Shumpert with some nice D. Cleveland's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Here's Rush, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way. And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot. Gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Jones. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
And Cleveland making a change here. Fry's checked in. Well, and of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
And Brandon Rush gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
At the line for 2.
And that one falls for Williams.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
Clark, he's checked in for Sean Livingston. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
Shumpert dishes to Mozgov. The stupendous finish in traffic.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right. And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. That's good from Shumpert.
Talk about great numbers for Shumpert. 10 points and 5 assists.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Jones is checked in, and both free throws good from Amon Shumpert. The Warriors shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Cavaliers.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players. Everything was spot on.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for James. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
McRae's checked in for Cleveland. And Williams drops them both. Warriors have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Here's Clark. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. McRae passes to Williams. Pass to McRae. And Leandro Barbosa gets the whistle that time. That will get him his fourth foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2.
For Cleveland, Jordan McRae. 2 shots.
And that one misses. That one is no good. Lets it go with a three. The shot misses. And Cleveland will come the other way. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Moskov, no good.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Shot's good.
What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.
And they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason not to. I mean, work that perimeter. It's going good for you. Work it until it stops.
At the line, your Cavaliers.
No good on that one.
Jordan McRae taking 2 shots.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. On its way from Barbosa for 2. And it's Barbosa again missing. Outside Williams. The foul called on Festus Ezeli. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. That free throw, no good.
Mo Williams at the line for 2.
Good on the second free throw.
Thank you, Cleveland!
Clark can't connect. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one.
Kevin, you guys had a tremendous...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and LeBron James. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before. But it never gets old. A textbook example of And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started.